Hi again, this is Georgina Salgado Chavez, your wellness consultant. I'm going to be talking about something a little bit besides the looks of big belly fat, the belly fat. What other problems it can cause you? Big belly with diabetes is linked hand to hand. It's always been related with diabetes. So, for instance, if you have a big belly, you are more prone to become diabetic in the future. Now, if you have all over your body fat, but you are not having a big belly, most likely you don't going to become diabetic. Well, that's how they started. That's how the experts has been telling us. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about something, the early signs of diabetes. This is called hypoglycemia. A lot of people heard this term, but they don't understand why they call it hypoglycemia. What it is it's a misfunction of your body. Most doctors, they will not tell you that you are hypoglycemic, and most doctors, they wouldn't even care about hypoglycemia. Although this is the early stage of diabetes. When they treat you is when you already have diabetes. But this is something in the early stage of diabetes, which is preventable though. Okay? So anyways, hypoglycemia is when your body produces too much insulin, but you don't have the fuel, like either sugar or carbohydrates, to compensate it. So it's already a misfunction because your body is supposed to produce enough for what you eat, no more or less than what you needed. Hypoglycemia is when you produce too much insulin, but you don't have enough fuel, enough carbohydrates or sugars to compensate it, okay? All right. Hypoglycemia, so many people call it low blood sugar, when the body don't have enough sugar to use as a fuel. It can happen for several reasons, including diet, some medications, and conditions and exercise. Hypoglycemia, also known as a low blood sugar or low blood glucose, it is when blood sugar decreases to below normal. This may result in a variety of symptoms, including clumsiness, trouble talking, confusion, loss of consciousness, seizures, or death. Feeling hunger, sweating, shakiness, or weakness may also be present. Symptoms typically come and go quickly. Now, one of the first symptoms that teacher told me that there's a sign of hypoglycemia already, even without the belly, is when you are hungry and you get really anxious and mad if you don't have the food right there and then. So a lot of us, we have that, but we don't recognize it in the early stages. Well, this is some of the signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia: shakiness, nervousness, anxiety, sweating, chills of clamminess, irritability or impatience, confusion, including delirium, rapid, fast heartbeat, lightheadedness, dizziness, hunger and nausea, sleepiness, blur, impaired vision, tingling and the numbness and the lips or tongue, headaches, weakness or fatigue, anger, stubbornness or sadness, lack of coordination, nightmares or crying off during sleep, seizures, unconsciousness. Well, one of the things that I was telling you earlier, you see, anger. Anger is very well recognized among the diabetic patients, and you become mad for a lot of reasons when you don't feel good, okay? And diabetes is one of those things that a lot of people, one of the symptoms is you become mad. Like I say, one of the first symptoms of hypoglycemia is when you are hungry, you need the food, but you don't have it available right away. I want that you, first of all, put in your mind that hypoglycemia is the first step to become diabetic. You don't become diabetic overnight. Your body is telling you a bunch of signs and symptoms since for years before, and then you have to address it. Now, hypoglycemia is very, very easy to control and overcome it and regulate insulin in this stage. Also pre-diabetes, but we're going to talk about hypoglycemia and then we're going to go to the pre-diabetic in another video. Thank you again, and please check out for the videos and I will bring you more value to you guys. Have a nice day.